Hey everybody. It says we're live, but it's doing a lot of things again. I haven't been live in a really long time. I just am going live because this is the fastest way to kind of do this. Um, Uploading videos takes a long time. Anyway, I'm going to do some cards, do a quick read on the energy that's coming in right now. It's lots going on, actually. I have 4 pages of notes here just to chat about. So hopefully this video won't be too long. It's just really important right now because it seems like now more than ever we're being asked to stand up for ourselves and to move through this energy. It's, these times we've always talked about are here, and it's kind of like there's no fooling around anymore. uh, Not that we were fooling around with our ascension process and things like that. And we've all been doing our dark nights of the soul and doing the work. But now is really stepping up to the time where this is all going to shift in a very different way for us. So it's always of my opinion that we are as prepared for that as we can be. So that being said, I'm just going to read through my notes and I'll improvise and chat a bit. Um, I'm, this is sort of like an accumulation of what I'm picking up on, what I'm seeing from other readers and other energy folks out there in the YouTube land, and all the things I follow on social media and things. Yeah, just the energy is at an all-time high, and it's ready for us to be utilized so that we can make a definite shift. So it's I'm going to start with Monday, which in the Mayan Zoltec calendar, um, every day has a different corresponding uh, number. Uh, I don't know the best way, like not dichotomy, but like something standing for it. So like some days it's like yellow wizard kin day or whatever. So like I totally butchered that. Like I don't read this old tech and I don't know it. Um, but my point is that on Monday, what ended up happening was there's the calendar switches over, and that's considered the actual galactic new year. Was actually yesterday or today. Yesterday. I don't even know what day it is anymore. Anyway, so Monday, that was considered what they call the day out of time, meaning there's no real thing that represents that day as it turns over into the new galactic calendar year. So I know personally my experience that day was feeling a little anxious, um, but almost like anxious and rudderless, like I don't know what's going on. But yeah, so it wasn't an awesome day for me personally. Uh, but once we got through that and came through to yesterday, and the new galactic year started, then like it was like a fire was lit under my ass, because it was like, you gotta get going. Like the Lionsgate is coming up. You've got all this energy work to do for yourself, for the collective. So yeah, hopefully if you're watching this, you'll join me on this journey, because I've got a plan. Because it pretty much basically like, so, and we also just moved out of Cancer, so all that emotional thing, a little bit of turmoil that we've been through in the last couple of weeks, now moving into Leo season. Anyway, so basically the energy now continues on through. So we've got the new moon tomorrow in Leo, and then that goes through to the Lionsgate, which is August 8th, so 8/8. And then it culminates with the full moon in Aquarius on August 11th. So it's a long period of time here. And I'm going to help you walk through it. So I had written a Lionsgate meditation. I think if I think it was 2020 when we were just coming out of lockdowns and everything like that. And so, yeah, it's an 8-part series. So I'm going to record the meditation. Uh, so there'll be one each night leading up to the 8th. So the 1st through the 8th, you'll see a video come on as soon as I get it uploaded every day. And it's just a meditation. I don't know how long they are. But anyway, so that's just helping gear us up for the 8th, which is the Monday, the Lion's Gate. And I'm going to go live that night and do the meditation, the final meditation, but we'll also do some cards, see how the energy is treating us, and see what we're learning and what's coming forward for us. So I'm totally winging it here with my notes, but like I just literally wrote 4 pages of notes because I was so it's just like so much stuff coming at us right now. So there's so much going on too, like astrologically. There's a million conjunctions and all, again, things I don't completely understand, but I will be adding those in. And then the overall message, though, is that it's been the same. It's exactly the same that we've already been talking about. And we'll check in with the cards before I conclude this video to see if that's true. But it's about staying in the heart and continuing to raise that vibration of love, no matter what, not falling into fear, not buying all the narratives out there, because they are specifically designed at this time to pull us away from this. So I follow a lady named Amanda Ellis on YouTube here, Angelic Celestial Colors. Highly recommend her readings and everything like that. Really interesting last reading, though. She was getting a lot of things around the Lion's Gate of interference, and I'm getting that too. I just am getting that feeling of the powers that we're going to call them that, those lower energies are definitely trying to stop this from happening. This ascension, this whatever we want to call it. But it's not allowed. But if you allow it, you can get tripped up by it. So it's not to frighten you or scare you or do these things. It's simply asking us to be aware, be cognizant, and do our work. And our work is staying in the vibration of love and nothing else. It's like the energy wise, we always say it's love or above. If you can go above, energy wise, above love, do it. So it just means sitting in it every day. And so it's really crucial right now that we're not just paying it lip service and doing things occasionally, that we are really, sorry, Sam just came in. There he is. Hi. He wants to be part of the video. Yeah. Anyway, so we just, it's critical. Like I can't express it enough that we're spending these next 2 weeks really in our heart center, really not buying in to the fear. It sounds simplistic. I know it's not easy. I know things trip us up. I've spent the last 2 weeks prior to this. That's why there hasn't been a video, just not wanting to do any of this work anymore. It's like, I've already done all this work. I've done this work, but there's more to be done. There's always more to be done. But also after I woke up after Monday's weirdness, I could tell that things were different, that like it's easier to access that frequency. Things are coming in with a bit more ease and grace. So just keep the faith and hold out that hope, and we'll make it through together. So yeah. So again, I'm not trying to fearmonger here about this lower energy. The truth about that lower energy is you are far more powerful than you've ever been led to believe in your life. And in fact, we're going to work on that on tomorrow night. I'm going to load up a meditation and a video and a read for the new moon in Leo, but we're going to focus that on our solar plexus chakra, which is, the yellow, the sun, the self-esteem, the self-worth, the, the healthy ego, the good self-talk, all of those things. But what it is more is that we need to start branching that out and growing that big and realizing our power and how much power we have and standing up for ourselves. It's time. And just, yeah, like really utilizing that solar plexus chakra and just, it's like, no, I am who I am and I'm standing up and I am saying no to anything that doesn't serve me. And that's across the board. And yeah, so we'll work on that tomorrow with that new moon. And I'll have that video up hopefully by the evening at the latest. Just depends on, the busy day and that kind of stuff. Yeah, so again, no fear mongering. We're gonna stay in love in our heart. We're gonna, realize and utilize how much power we have. The interesting thing too about the solar plexus is it's also governed by the sign of Leo and the sun. And so it always reminds me, that solar plexus chakra always reminds me of the sun. And again, the sun has been providing us with big energy and big transformations and that kind of thing happening. So yeah, I said this is going to be a little rambly at the beginning and I'll get through my notes as quick as I can. It's just that there's so much going on. Like, it's not just a matter of doing a meditation for the moon this time. It's like, we got to fire up everything, all chakras on all cylinders, and become the divine person that we are. Divine being, divine, whatever you want to call it. It's time to step into that. Yeah, when we all need to do this because this, first of all, strength in numbers. And it's happening no matter what. So the easier way to get through things is to, participate in them and not be pooping on them and negative and those sorts of things. Because then those negative energies will get in and they will keep you down. So we're not going to do that. If you would like to come and join me on this journey, we are not going to allow that to happen. Yeah, also, I read a quote. There's another lady I follow on, I think just on Facebook, because I don't think she's got a YouTube channel or anything. Her name is Celia Fenn, Fenn. She's a energy intuitive. And she said this nice thing the other day about let your heart be light and filled with light. Continue the idea every day of abundance and manifestation. Again, I've talked about this for several weeks, almost months now, that it's, manifestation is still at an all-time high. So what we put out is what we're going to keep getting back. And so, yeah, if we start to play into those lower energies and those fears, we're just going to get trapped in it. So, yeah, keeping up with this love and above is critical right now. Yeah, we have to be the light. We have to be the light that we want to see in the world. That's really what that saying by Gandhi meant, right? Not just the change, but the light. Like, if we're going to get to this stage, it's not a matter of if necessarily, it's just how we get there. So we have to stand up and we have to do the work. Yeah, in block capitals, my next thing is, it's so critical at this time that we're paying attention to our personal frequency and what we're putting out. The frequency you are putting out is instantly attracting like energy to you, instantly, constantly. So yeah, I know it sounds like sometimes we're just like, it's pie in the sky that you're sitting there, sitting in love. But honestly, it's coming back as quickly as you're putting it out there. So try not to fall into those lower energies as much as possible. as always, it's okay to feel down or exhausted by this process, and it's fine to take a rest. You don't have to be in that vibration as much as you can. And if you're just done energetically putting that out there, you still have to recharge. We're still human. We still need that, we even need that at a soul level. So, what I'm going to say there is, yeah, take a rest if you need to. Kind of keep up, though, like some sort of self care and energy around you. So, make sure you're surrounded by, like, again, nature is your number one best friend for this. Um, Turn off the phone, go outside, go to the mountains, go to the river, whatever it is. Um, but keep your vibe high even when you're resting if you can. So listening to like only like solfeggio music or frequency music, um, or affirmations, or just keeping the energy around you light and airy, right? So you don't have to do work while that's happening, but you can definitely um, take a break and a rest from the work and allow you know other things to do the frequency work for you. So just keeping your space clean, clear, and energetically sound, right? So like when you take a rest, we're not going to go watch the news, which most of us I don't think do anymore. Some people do. um, but or watching something violent on YouTube or any, or Netflix, whatever you're doing. Anyway, so my advice to you is just to, yeah, find moments of peace, however you do that, whatever that looks like for you, or just honestly take a really good nap, like a good long nap. So the other thing that kept coming up, and this is very interesting because this is where it kicked me that I got to get on here and do some meditations. So anytime I did any of the writing of the meditations I did while we were in lockdown or in various states of that, I wrote them based on the seven chakra system. So root to crown. Um, it was sort of always the focus of the meditation. And now it feels like what's happening is we are definitely being guided to really, really focus again on cleaning up those chakras and making sure they're in good balance as we walk through this Lionsgate. So I'll explain more about Lionsgate. It's really just, again, it's a portal. You've heard me talk about them before, meaning it's a time when the energy is easiest to access. It happens on the double digits of the month. So if it's the eighth month and the eighth day. So over the succession of the last 4 or 5 years, you've heard me talk about earlier and earlier, I was getting like drawn in to Lionsgate. I didn't even know about it myself before maybe 4 years ago. Um, and then once I started paying attention to it, I realized it was a time of year where I could really tap into my abilities, magic, and all of those sorts of things. So it's a powerful time. It's a powerful time of year that and I think this year more than ever, just because we've been accumulating and building up to this moment for a long time. So it's not like the next day everything's going to change. Um, I it could, who knows, but I don't think so. Um, it's just that on an energetic level, things are going to change. Um, what I see happening is it has to do with the chakras. So at the moment, and I got this from another channel too that I watch. Um, and they were saying kind of the same thing that I'm feeling, is that right now, as we may have done our work on our chakras, but what's happening is that collectively the chakras of Gaia and Earth are being healed. So in that healing, there is it's right now it seems that we're doing the lower three chakras, and that is happening almost simultaneously. um, yeah, so I'm gonna We're going to do some cards on this in a second, but the first thing is like root chakra. You can see that happening out in the world. So, root has to do with our safety, our security, our finances, our food. What's going on in the world right now? All of those things are being um, either restructured, they're not in good shape right now. Our attention is being drawn to the fact that they are not in good shape. Um, so, it's interesting though that we can look. I think we need to start looking at this and understanding anytime you do any healing in the spiritual world or personally, it's usually a dark night of the soul. It takes you right down to the bottom, stomps on you a couple times, and then the healing starts. It's part of the healing process, right? Unfortunately, like there's wounding and things to heal, and it doesn't just like, we don't just magically heal it and then um, and then um, and then it's healed. We sometimes have to go through these dark moments and like a little bit of pain and a little bit of this. I don't want to say suffering because that's not really the thing, but I think clearly what's happening is the world is in its dark night of the soul. Um, and so the and again, not to scare people, but the reason that's happening is because it has to be healed. It's being healed. So just know in your heart of hearts that as terrible as it looks, it's it's because it's in the healing process. And we have to do everything to nurture that healing process. And that includes, keeping our vibrations high and keeping our chakras aligned and clear and not falling into so the negative side of root chakra, or sorry, not negative side of root chakra. The When it's out of balance, when root chakra is out of balance, we fall in, that's fear and scarcity and lack. So we keep getting pulled into those lower energies and not healing them. And that's been our life for the last hundreds of years, unfortunately. What we're saying is this is the moment, though, where we can effectively change this. We pull it out and we heal it. And this time we heal it for good. Just a little bit of a task. Again, the easiest way, though, to heal all these chakras is love, is the energy and the vibration of love. Another example of like what's being healed is the sacral chakra. So at the moment, sacral is really about the inner divine masculine and feminine balance, being in balance. What's happening out in the world? Issues around sexuality, conception. We'll just leave it at that. We're not going to get deep into that. The thing too is that like we have been predominantly living in a masculine based world for a very long time. You've probably heard me talk before about the divine feminine rising up. So we've been doing this for the last couple of years or more. But the healing is happening, even though all the things look bad and there's rioting and well, there's not rioting, but I'm sure there's going to be. That there's fighting and conflict around all of these issues, right? It's coming into balance again. So it's almost like we just have to keep putting that positive thought and energy into it and let it do its thing, right? Like let it heal, like let it do its job. The earth is healing itself. Gaia is healing herself with your chakras. So it may seem horrible to watch, and it is. I'm not going to say that it's not, but just understand that it is being healed and the feminine is rising, and there's nothing that's going to stop that, right? Like it just is. It's meant to be, and we'll get there. One of the real important things with that sacral chakra healing. So I'm trying to get you to on both to go away from the lower density or the out of balance chakra. So how you can be creatively or sacral chakra, the healing and the positive aspect of it is creativity. So my suggestion would be dreaming, journaling, vision boarding, however you are creative, painting, coloring, dancing, and keeping in the vision for New Earth. It's a great thing to be creative about, and it's no holds barred. It's like, what's your dream world look like? Go for it. Start putting it into conception and birthing this new world, because it doesn't just we it doesn't just happen. We have to put the energy into it. Anyway, now I feel like I'm just like blabbling on. Anyway, the other thing I wanted to say about sacral chakra that I find is like super interesting that it's coming up right now. Again, you can't make this stuff up. Is that we just moved from Cancer season, which is mother energy, um, feminine energy, emotions, that sort of thing. And now we're moving into Leo, which is more masculine, more leadership, but also like Leo is very family orientated. So yeah, those two, like they're not at opposition; they are in conjunction. Probably not actually in the stars, but that's what I'm saying. This masculine and feminine energy, like so again, mother, Cancer, mother energy, Leo, father energy, the M and the F, the masculine and the feminine balance is like, so Leo's going to have their season right now. But this time that's different, very supported by the feminine. So I think you'll see it's quite different as we head into further into Leo season. And then, like I said, solar plexus chakra. So this lower three chakras are all still in this healing process. Um, Again, solar plexus is governed by Leo and the sun. The sun is spitting out a ton of energy at us lately. It's all designed to help us. Don't listen to the doomsday prophecies that it's going to kill us all. I don't believe that for a second. I believe it's actually helping us. Every little blast of energy that comes in. Yeah, so again, solar plexus chakra, like I talked about just a little bit earlier, is our sense of self-worth, our healthy ego, self-image, self-empowerment. We have to break the chains of the lower side of it, which is I'm not good enough. I don't have the skills to do this. I am just a human on the earth and I just follow the rules because I have no power and I have nothing. I am just this. Not true. Not true at all. We have infinite power, like infinite power, and things we were never taught to tap into. And that's enough. We're done. We're starting to reclaim our power. It's just, I'm going to help you discover it, and we're going to stand up, and we're not going to take it anymore. Plain and simple. We're done. It's time to stand out, and it's time to take the power back. So, anyway, that being said, let's quickly just talk about my plan for the next couple of days. We've talked about the chakras. So those are being healed on an earth level, but we still want to make sure ours are in the best shape as we walk through this up to this Lion's Gate. So my 8-part series, so we'll start on Monday. There'll be videos that are uploaded so you can watch them at any time. They're meditations. They do focus on different animals and the different chakras. When I wrote them to songs were coming in, I think I'm leaving the songs the same. On YouTube, I cannot play the song because I'll get hit with copyright infringement and they'll just take the video down. So in the meditation itself, I read the actual lyrics of the song. So you'll see that when we get into those meditations. And I'll list every night that I pop one of those meditations up, I will definitely include the name of the song so that you can go listen to it if you want after. Yeah, so again, from the 1st to the 8th, I'll be putting up those meditations, one per day per chakra. Um, and yeah, so that'll be the plan for those. And you don't have to watch those when they go up. You might want to binge them all the night before Lionsgate. That's up to you. That's a lot of meditation though, but I'm sure if that's what you want to do, you can definitely do that. And then, yeah, so the plan's going to go like this. This is live video tonight. Tomorrow night, I'm going to put up the new moon meditation and recording. So that will focus on healing solar plexus. So we're going to do a little extra work and charging it up so we can start to use it. So that'll be tomorrow night. It'll actually hopefully be on in the mid-afternoon, so you can watch it anytime. And then I'm toying with whether I'll be doing Holding Space Sunday. I'm going to see how the energies are going. If it's really crazy, I'll go live. And if it's something we can do recorded, I might just put that up. We'll see. Or I may not get to it at all. It just depends on how that day works out. It's my first day off in a long time, so I might just do that. Anyway, okay. Then Monday, August 1st, like I said, that will be the first night of the Lionsgate meditation series. And that first one will be root chakra. So again, you can tune in to it at any point. It will be a recording, so you can use them at any time. And then when we get to 8/8, the Lionsgate on the 8th, that one I definitely will probably go live for that final meditation. And so if you are around, I usually do those around 9 o'clock at night. And so you can certainly come on then. It's nice to come on to live sometimes because we can chat if you feel so compelled to throw a chat into the thing. So, and then we can see how we're all doing on Lionsgate. All right, that's my notes. Now that I've blathered on for 33 minutes, let's do some quick cards, just with some like affirmations and confirmations of what we saw there, and then we'll leave it there for tonight. Yeah, and we'll see you tomorrow night for the new moon meditation, and we'll be doing the usual cards that I go. So I'm just going to do the Sacred Earth Oracle here. I just want to know the overall theme here. Okay, so we got repetition. This card for me is always, yeah, it's like going through the different moon cycles and things like that. The character at the top, though, is in a little bit of strife, right? So for me, this card is sometimes to check that you're not repeating things in that negative way, that you are falling back and forth into bad patterns. So it's definitely about, and also she's at rest in the moon cycle there in the quarter moon. So, and then we've got all the horses. I'm just kind of looking at everything in this card. It's a lot. Yeah, all I'm getting for this one, guys, is just make sure, like, I know we're all weary and we're tired for sure, right? Like, we've been like the wild horses. We've just been running and running and running. And it's like, oh my God, I'm so tired. We're still doing this. We're still at this stage. Like, what we have to realize is that we're all at different stages, and there's people even further asleep than we are. And they need a chance to wake up gracefully. So yeah, we do have to repeat some cycles sometimes till a bunch of us learn it. So sometimes just holding the faith that you probably have done your work, and maybe you don't need to like really go deep on this next like 8 days of Lionsgate, but keep yourself in alignment. Um, yeah, because this keeps repeating right through the moon patterns. So I think it's also just a little thing that says, we're just not quite done yet. And I know nobody wants to hear that. I especially don't want to hear it. I just want to wake up tomorrow and it's Utopia City and we're like, and there's unicorns and rainbows and cotton candy skies, but it just isn't happening yet. I feel like it's going to happen. So, yeah, do a quick check of yourself. Make sure you're not falling back into bad patterns. Try to, come and do this 8 days with me. It's going to be 8 days of meditation and clean up our own chakras. I feel like we need one more from there. Yeah, I know it's been a long, winding, hard road. It's not been easy. But I think, if you're here listening to this and you get most of what I'm saying, it's because we came here. If you look at the work of Dolores Cannon, it's like she wrote a book called The Three Waves of Volunteers. And the three waves, there's the way showers. I'm going to butcher the other two. The bottom line is that people came to show other people how this is done. So, we're the forerunners, the way showers, and the light bringers. So, all of us fall into different categories. Some of us are all of that. But I think the point of us at this point is that we are, we're on the precipice of coming, or of our galactic job being realized, which is you came here to help, you came here to be the light, to show others and to help others, because there's going to be a shit ton of people waking up in the next 6 weeks, and they're going to need us and our help and our understanding. So we got to be in the best shape too. Yeah. So this is the thing, the core. Look at that. This I love. This is exactly what I'm talking about. We now have to start being, as those lower chakras are healing, we have to start firing up the next upper chakras. It's from solar plexus to heart to throat to third eye to crown. It's a lot, but the core is where we are right now. Heart and solar plexus. We need to light the fire in those and stoke them up and start embodying, and I want to say imbuing, but that's not a word, but putting that energy out. Yeah, look at the solar plexus, all the swirls, all the fire, stoking up the heart chakra. Even throat's got a little bit of blue starting in there, and then exploding out of the crown and third eye. So this is where we're headed. So it's very exciting. It's a great card. And then the final product is what we're all desiring, right? Renewal. All the chakras in balance, all the colors, all the peace. Look at her peaceful face. Anyway, that's where we are. We are in the stoke up, and that's not the comfortable place to be, I know. And but it's the time to reclaim our power, fire it up, start our hearts, start your engines, everybody. It's time for us to shine. All right. Yeah. And then we got the High Priestess. So I lift the veils of ignorance and darkness. Time to shine. Rise and shine, everybody. This is why you came. It's time. It's just time. I've never been more sure about this in my life. And I also understand it's probably not going to happen by next week. But this is the moment that we all move forward. And you will remember this moment. I will remember this moment. Yeah. And again, with the High Priestess, we have amazing amounts of power that we have been denied and lied to about, or covered up, or because you're not easy to control when you know you have power. So this discovery, that's what I mean by people waking up. too. Is like they're waking up to the fact that, oh, I've been like suppressed a very, very long time. All of us have. But just the energy that's coming in is not allowing that to happen anymore. We're not going to be kept small. We're not meant to be small. We're very big energies, and we deserve so much more than this planet is. Well, not this planet, because it's not Gaia's fault. Anyway, and what else do we have? Lucid dreams, awareness, and opportunities. Honestly, it's just reiterating what I'm talking about. We're here in this moment, and our biggest job is just to have awareness of everything going on around us, and keeping that vibration high, and taking chances, or not chances, but utilizing the opportunities that are coming our way. Sometimes they're hard to see, but they are coming our way. Balance and the elemental kingdom. So good, that's good. Everything is coming into balance. Have no fear there. And again, the elemental kingdom's on our side. So the fairies and things they're just letting us know their presence, that they're here to help. And yeah, and then the last card we got was the crown chakra, violet. Spirituality, wisdom, and humility. For me, that's a good card in terms of this is the accumulation of where we're trying to head. So yeah, it's all just coming online. It's all opening up and awakening for us. It can be a scary and hard process. Believe me, I know. Like I said, I spent the last 2 weeks just, well, let's be honest. I just played 3D Earth, and I like pretty much drank my way through 2 weeks because whatever. And I didn't do any energy work, and I didn't do nothing. That was like not extremely third dimensional, lower frequency. Occasionally I like sat in the heart and did some stuff, but not that often. I can admit it. But yeah, like I said, Monday was a weird day, and then the fire just got lit under my butt. And it's not just because it's hot outside. Anyway, just being drawn to do 3 more of these, and then we're going to call it a night. Yep. Okay. So this one is like, it's funny. We got the earth card. So again, root chakra. So it's earth magic. Yeah. Get outside, get your feet on the ground, get in nature, bring the energy up from Gaia and help heal that like root chakra. That's all we need to do, is just to like, again, as we're like touching our feet to the earth, connecting with Gaia, and bringing that energy frequency higher up into our bodies through our heart, and then continuing there. The next card is exposed and revealed. Yeah, that's just what's happening in the world right now. And that's at solar plexus, right? This is where they've manipulated our power, or our understanding of our power. So this is good. I'm all for this. I'm like, disclosure, let's go. I want to know. I want everything to be shown that they've done, because it's not nice. And the last card is perfect harmony. And so guess what? That's the balance. It's a sacral card. So it's balancing the masculine and feminine energy. And everybody working in unison and harmony. And we will get there. So we're going to leave that card there. And I'm going to leave you guys for tonight. Take care of yourselves. Know that I love you. If you have any questions or concerns, you can always email me or contact me, and we can work through different things together. I hope you'll join me over the next few days for different meditations and things, and we'll work on ourselves and then help the world. Take care and have a really good night. Good night, and I love you.